Good morning, good morning. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Aura coin over the XRP pairings. So basically with all of the market sell-off stuff we have, man, these WXY corrections just do not like to stop coming. So we have this we have a couple ways to look at this. So we had a really clear ABC to the downside, just starting up our journey on this whole thing after 5-wave move, right? So we're like, wonderful. Okay, so we got 5-wave moves, ABC, higher low. Then we did an ABC up for a W leg, and now all this slop, I'm kind of calling another 5 waves where we got 1, 2, and I thought we were almost done. 1, 2, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, and this kind of ultimately just became another ABC leg for a WXY, and I thought we were done right there at that spot. We were finishing. Well, we popped off the lows on the 12-hour. Stoch, you saw, got beautifully moved, and we ended up having yet again another ABC up. And it's just ridiculous how many of these things can string together. So this is where it was an ABC, right? So it was a 5, 3, 5. So we ABC'd up. And now, finally, my goodness, we are finishing this move. So we end up having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we've now, it looks like, wrapping up this WXY. My goodness, holy majoli, right? Just chop, 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 chop. And that's really just a testament to the market sentiment, right? As this thing has just been exciting, XRP's going up, and then, oh no, it's not. And then, we'll just see how this continues to play here. But I think the next move should be up, right? I mean, we've got the count kind of wrapping up. I mean, I guess one thing that we can see here, I mean, there's just so much cross here, right? So it's not even impulsive to the downside. So there's controlled buying. There's selling that shows up randomly and sporadically. It's just kind of the state of the overall XRPL meme space right now, where it's just, getting that momentum off the lows is just challenging. So, all right. But yeah, zooming out on our 3-day, just getting a bigger overall view. This is what we were talking about yesterday. We're still looking at this kind of deviation away where you see the RSI flip over and then bam, bam, right off the lows. So this is that same kind of spot here, where I think we're seeing this again. We've seen it also over here, where you end up having that kind of spillover, and that spillover, just kind of plays, and then bam, right? So the accumulation is pretty close to being done. I just didn't expect this WXY to be so complex, and I think the problem for Aura, and it's a good problem to have, is that it had a 5-wave move after these lows, a full completion, a full range break, an accumulation on top of this, and it's now been since May 1st. So May, June, July, August, we've been out here for just as long as this region, and it very much feels like this XRP fractal that we've been following forever, where they just hang out forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, and then some more, and then longer, and then bam, all of a sudden this happens, right? So the RSI, I think, on the 3-day is really the key, and that RSI reset kind of fake out before the explosion is what makes me think it's going to play out here. And if you watch the prior video, the expectation is that our good friend Mr. XRP should work its way out to the top of the region here, and we can finally move out of here and get ourselves some at least some relief before we roll over and have to come back down again. Possibly could even go a little bit higher, and these wedges, we'll just play with them as we get them there. So all right, but that's kind of what we're looking at ultimately here on Aura coin, is just this continuation of this accumulation. So RSIs are getting ready to roll over. That's what it did before. And then just before it did that explosion, RSIs are getting ready to roll over. And just like it did before, when it faked it out, it exploded. So, and again, we're still holding above the 40, which is really, really, really bullish. So, all right, hopefully that's helpful, and we'll check in tomorrow, and I appreciate it. Thanks.